And the world wants to know, give us a little taste, a little preview of what you will say about the Cowboys this morning on First Take and your impressions of their win last night.
Well, first of all, I mean, they do deserve a whole bunch of credit. Did you not see that? Did you not see them beat the Giants? Wow. Oh, my goodness. Did you see it? Stop the presses. They actually beat the New York Giants. I mean, after all, they couldn't beat the Jets. At least you could beat the Giants, right? But I'm just saying. I mean, you know, they got it done. And I'm just so touched. I mean, did you see Dak Prescott throw that touchdown pass to Amari Cooper? Did you see Amari Cooper burn a rookie who didn't know that they were in zone coverage? I mean, actually, they were in man, and he was in zone. Did you see that? Yep. Now, here's the question. Do you really think that's going to happen against Green Bay, New Orleans, San Francisco? No.
Did you see Zeke run the route?
I saw that. I was going to bring that up.
Oh, okay. Bring it up.
He did have 139 yards rushing.
Bring it up.
Last time we saw Ezekiel Elliott in a playoff game, what did he rush for? I thought it was 47 yards. I remember, because I was there. See, while you were chilling in Baton Rouge or wherever it was, and by the way, LSU is losing this weekend, by the way, but that's a different subject going on top. The point that I'm trying to make to you is that, listen, when you see Ezekiel Elliott, I was there in L.A., Marcus. You get back here, big boy. Get back here, big boy. Don't run. The fact of the matter is they're running the football. We know that's their formula for success, but that doesn't mean that's what they're going to do once the season. And oh, by the way, Greeny,
get me away
one other thing. You ain't gonna do anything, man.
Get me away from it. Get me away from it.
Here's the deal.
Get me away from it.
Last point. You see that little black cat running around?
Yes, we did.
We all know how I say the black cat running around that franchise. Say it with me. Accident waiting to happen. Didn't happen last night. But it's an indication that that black cat came as a favor to me to show up, to give y'all an indication. Guess what's coming by around Christmas time? The holidays. It's right there. It's in the vicinity. And it showed up for me last night.
I got a picture of my grandmother on my phone who I lost a couple months ago. But I'm going to tell you this. My grandmother right now is saying what she told me when I was little. If somebody hit you, hit them back. All right? And that's what's about to happen to this guy right here.
Here's why. I'm going to call an audible right now for the people back in Bristol who are producing this show.
Why you had to say LSU?
This man is on edge about LSU, Alabama.
He need to be on edge.
Okay, let's talk.
Why? Here, let me tell you,
what I need to be on edge
practice is showing up to practice, because if he plays,
tell me what. Last time I checked, you had Alabama 1 through 5. What you was saying? Alabama. What happened? They got drubbed. And then there was no, guess what he had to do this year?
Tell me.
He had to go down to Clemson and face Dabo. That's what he had to do. And then he had to clear things up.
I have an explanation. That is true. I did have to go down to Clemson and give an apology.
Yeah, you did.
To Dabo Sweet and the crew. They deserved it.
And I will expect one Monday.
But let me say this. When I said Alabama 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like Dabo said, that was in the middle of the season. They didn't make me a liar until the national championship game. Whereas with your LSU Tigers, we are applauding them because finally, for the first time in about a decade, they are actually relevant with the chance to upend Alabama. But it won't happen.
Relevant?
Tua, if he plays
he's playing
Saturday, y'all are getting taken out. You think you're going to go to Tuscaloosa? Listen, you say it with me. Roll Tide.
Those words will never come out of my mouth.
Y'all in
Go Tigers. Forever at LSU. Hey, let me tell you what this is. This right here, when people get emotional like this, they know what's coming. They know what's coming.
You ain't emotional?
I got a personal attachment.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to be emotional.
Excuse me. I got a personal attachment. you and Ryan Clark always showing up on First Take talking that LSU
He got his Crimson Tide tie on today, too. He knew what he was doing.
It's smooth.
He knew what he was doing.
I will tell you.
Don't I look smooth right now?
We good with the Cowboys, but don't talk about the LSU Tigers.
The funniest moment of my morning was the voice in my ear that just said, try and get it to L in 30 seconds if you can. But I can because Stephen A has to go do his show.
That's right.
First Take starts in 8 minutes.
But are you
Thank you, my friend. I'm fine.
Because your Jets are atrocious.
I hadn't heard.
Uncalled for.
Gase needs to go.
What are you doing this morning?
Horrible.
Agree, but an uncalled for shot right at the
At Adam Gase?
No, at Greeny.
Oh, I was going to say, because Adam Gase deserves it. I mean, the only thing I'm proud of is that he didn't look high after the game. Because he looked high when he was introduced as the coach of the Jets. I mean, what the hell's going on?
All right, gotta let
Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it.
I'm sick of it.
Sports Center on Wednesday nights with Stephen A.
Stop talking to me,
live
Grandma.
from Houston.
Get up!
Stop talking to me.
Get up!
Thank you, Stephen A. Jeff Van Gundy will be on with him on Wednesday night. He'll be live. Stephen A. Smith, Sports Center, presented by Mountain Dew, live from Houston. It all leads up to Warriors-Rockets on ESPN. All right, Elle, make some sense of that.
Yeah, in the interest of balance, I'm going to whisper this next segment. Anthony Davis has been dominant early and was just named Western Conference Player of the Week. But he's a free agent this summer, which means everyone, including his children, are asking him about where he might play next year. And listen to what he had the nerve to say.
Obviously, you know, it's nothing like playing at home. I don't know. I am a free agent next year, but what does that mean?
Next question.
We'll see.
Young man,
That's a possibility. One of the best basketball players ever. I mean, you look at, you know, the history, you know, all the guys we got, you know, and that made the league, and even the guys that didn't make the league, you know. They say New York, but it's not even close.
If this was Twitter, there'd just be a whole bunch of emoji eyes. Like, I'm sorry, say what? Should we be panicking? Should we be panicking that he's going to bowl and not buy our Lakers uniforms?
Well, you don't want him to crush the dreams of a small child in that place, right? So in that moment, he's just like, hey, look, anything's possible. What is he supposed to look at a 10-year-old? Like, no, God, I'm not coming here. Can't do that to a little kid.
But Bill, is to that point, like, there used to be a time where, like, no matter how you actually felt, you would say that I want to stay and will be staying with the current franchise that pays me. Like, this idea that all of a sudden they're kind of calling their shots, how do you feel about the strategy?
Well, they've earned it. I mean, if you want to lock him in, then sign him to a longer-term contract. I mean, that's the way the game is. There's so much money in it now, and he's one of, if not the best player, he's one of the best players in the NBA. So he should be able to do that. Guys are betting on themselves now, and they're winning. Yeah. And they've earned it. It's all been collectively bargained. I have no problem with any of this stuff.
No, and look, Anthony Davis has 12 more years of basketball. One thing that I like now is that players can be like, you know what, yeah, I like, you know, LA for about 4 or 5 more years, and I'm going to move on to another place in 4 or 5 more years. So, yes, maybe not in this free agency, Chicago wasn't the move, but the thing with great players now, they can bounce around a couple of times and be like, hey, you know what, I want to go play in New York for 4 years and see what that's like, because there's so much free agency moving. He's got so much more to play.
And people are more interested in it now.
Sure.
They're talking about free agency all the time. The summer now has become a huge thing in the NBA, where before it was completely silent. So there's a marketing part of this that's really brilliant.
There's no offseason for the NBA. And to that point, everyone criticized Kyrie Irving so much for saying last year, like, I want to be in Boston. Boston is the place. And then when he decided to bounce, said you lied to everyone. So a guy like Anthony Davis leaving the door open?
And they should be worried about the Jets. Like, what's wrong with the Jets?
You want to scream at him some
Isn't that
more?
what we talk about at the show?
Adam Gase on weed!
Jets and the Knicks, no one cares.
Someone cares. First Take is next. Stephen A. and Max are going to give you their take on the Black Cat and its impact on the Cowboys. You got a little sneak peek just now, so that's coming up in just a few minutes.